sitting on a park bench, eyeing little girls with bad intent. Snot running down his nose, greasy fingers smearing shabby clothes. Hey, Aqualung. Drying in the cold sun, watching as the frilly panties run. Hey, Aqualung. Feeling like a dead duck, spitting out pieces of his broken luck. Oh, Aqualung. Sun streaking cold, an old man wandering lonely, taking time the only way he knows. Leg hurting bad as he bends to pick a dog end. He goes down to the bog and warms his feet. Feeling alone, the arm is up the road, Salvation a la mode and a cup of tea. Aqualung, my friend, don't you start away uneasy. You poor old sod, you see, it's only me. Do you still remember December's foggy freeze, when the ice that clings onto your beard was screaming agony, and you snatch your rattling last breaths with deep-sea diver sounds, and the flowers bloom like madness in the spring? Who would be a poor man, a beggar man, a thief, if he had a rich man in his hand? And who would steal the candy from a laughing baby's mouth if he could take it from the money man? Cross-eyed Mary goes jumping in again. She signs no contract, but she always plays the game. She dines in Hampstead Village on expense-accounted gruel, and the jackknife barber drops her off at school. Laughing in the playground, gets no kicks from little boys, would rather make it with a leching grey. Or maybe her attention is drawn by Aqualung, who watches through the railings as they play. Cross-eyed Mary finds it hard to get along. She's a poor man's rich girl. She can do it for a song. She's a rich man stealer, but her favour's good and strong. She's the Robin Hood of Highgate, helps the poor man get along. On Preston platform, do your soft shoe shuffle dance? Brush away the cigarette ash that's falling down your pants, and you sadly wonder, does the nurse treat your old man the way she should? She made you tea, asked for your autograph. What a laugh. As I did walk by Hampstead Fair, I came upon Mother Goose, so I turned her loose. She was screaming. And a foreign student said to me, was it really true there are elephants and lions too in Piccadilly Circus? Walked down by the bathing pond to try and catch some sun. Saw at least 100 schoolgirls sobbing into handkerchiefs as one. I don't believe they knew I was a schoolboy. And a bearded lady said to me, if you start your raving and your misbehaving, you'll be sorry. Then the chicken fancier came to play with his long red beard, and his sister's weird, she drives a lorry. Laughed down by the putting green, I popped 'em in their holes. 24 labourers were labouring and digging up their gold. I don't believe they knew that I was Long John Silver. Saw Johnny Scarecrow make his rounds in his jet black Mac, which he won't give back. Stole it from a snowman. As I did walk by Hampstead Fair, I came upon Mother Goose. So I turned her loose. She was screaming. Wondering aloud how we feel today. Last night sipped the sunset, my hands in her hair. We are our own saviours as we start both our hearts beating life into each other. Wondering aloud, will the years treat us well? As she floats in the kitchen, I'm tasting the smell of toast as the butter runs. Then she comes, spilling crumbs on the bed, and I shake my head. And it's only the giving that makes you what you are. I take you to the cinema and leave you in a wimpy bar. You tell me that we've gone too far. Come running up to me. Make the scene at Cousin Jack's. Leave him to put the bottles back. Mends his glasses that I cracked. Well, that's one up to me. I buy a silver cloud to ride. Pack the tennis club inside. Trouser cuffs hung far too wide. Well, it was up to me. Tyres down on your bicycle. Your nose feels like an icicle. The yellow-fingered smoky girl is looking up to me. Well, I'm a common working man with a half of bitter, bread and jam, and if it pleases me, I'll put one on you, man, when the copper fades away. Oh, it's up to me. The rainy season comes to pass. The day-glow pirate sinks at last. And if I laughed a bit too fast, well, it was up to me. Take you to the cinema and leave you in a wimpy bar. You tell me that we've gone too far. Come running up to me. It's up to me. It's up to me. People, what have you done? Locked him in his golden cage. Golden cage. Made him bend to your religion. Him resurrected from the grave. From the grave. He's the God of nothing, if that's all that you can see. You are the God of everything. He's inside you and me. So lean upon him gently. And don't call on him to save you from your social graces and the sins you used to wave. The bloody Church of England, in chains of history, requests your earthly presence at the vicarage for tea. And the graven image, you know who, with his plastic crucifix, he's got him fixed. Confuses me as to who and where and why, as to how he gets his kicks. He gets his kicks. Confessing to the endless sin, the endless whining sounds. You'll be praying till next Thursday to all the gods that you can count. O Father high in heaven, smile down upon your Son, who's busy with his money games, his women and his gun. Oh, Jesus, save me. And the unsung Western hero, he killed an Indian or three, and then made his name in Hollywood to set the white man free. Ah, Jesus, save me. If Jesus saves, well, he'd better save himself from the gory glory seekers who use his name in death. Oh, Jesus, save me. Well, I saw him in the city, and on the mountains of the moon. His cross was rather bloody. He could hardly roll his stone. Now, Jesus, save me. Well, the lush separation enfolds you, and the products of wealth push you along on the bow wave of their spiritless, undying selves. And you press on God's waiter your last dime as he hands you the bill, and you spin in the slipstream, tideless, unreasoning, paddle right out of the mess, and you paddle right out of the mess. In the shuffling madness of the locomotive breath runs the all-time loser headlong to his death. Oh, he feels the piston scraping, steam breaking on his brow. Old Charlie stole the handle and the train, it won't stop going. No way to slow down. He sees his children jumping off at stations one by one, his woman and his best friend in bed and having fun. He's crawling down the corridor on his hands and knees. Old Charlie stole the handle, and the train, it won't stop going. No way to slow down. He hears the silence howling, catches angels as they fall, and the all-time winner has got him by the balls. He picks up Gideon's Bible, open at page 1. I think that God, he stole the handle, and the train won't stop going. No way to slow down. No way to slow down. When I was young, and they packed me off to school and they taught me how not to play the game, I didn't mind if they groomed me for success, or if they said that I was just a fool. So I left there in the morning with their God tucked underneath my arm, their half-assed smiles and the book of rules. And I asked this God a question, and by way of firm reply he said, I'm not the kind you have to wind up on Sundays. So to my old headmaster and to anyone who cares, before I'm through, I'd like to say my prayers. I don't believe you. You had the whole damn thing all wrong. He's not the kind you have to wind up on Sundays. Well, you can excommunicate me on my way to Sunday school and have all the bishops harmonise these lines. How'd you dare to tell me that I'm my father's son when that was just an accident of birth? I'd rather look around me, compose a better song, 'cause that's the honest measure of my worth. In your pomp and all your glory, you're a poorer man than me, as you lick the boots of death, born out of fear. I don't believe you. You had the whole damn thing all wrong. He's not the kind you have to wind up on Sundays.